Hey everyone, thank you all for tuning back in. It's Trade with Ellie. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do it. At this point, you've already probably watched a few videos, right? This might be, if this is your first, I guarantee it won't be your last. So just go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you have not already followed me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. Follow me at Trade with Ellie _ The link will be at the bio, right? I share once again all things trade, travel, investing, and different ways to make money. Some of the stuff I don't share here, but go ahead and check out my page and I will be happy and looking forward to follow you back. Now, today I am super excited to teach you something I have not showed anyone, right? This is the first time you're going to be one of the first people to learn this amazing strategy. This is a strategy I have developed to help make it super easy for you to get in and out the market, to make it easy for you to secure the bag with just confidence, but to also allow you to save more time. I believe that we should have time to do what it is that we want. Whatever that is, whatever you wish you can do all day, I want you to be able to do that. And I want you to be able to do that knowing that you have an extra stream of income coming in, because one stream of income is not enough. I don't care what it is that you do to make money, but I want you to make more. I want you to be able to have more time freedom, and I want you to be able to multiply whatever you have. I want us to make it to a new tax bracket this year. This is the year your account, whether it's your trading account, your banking account, your saving account, is going to be in a new tax bracket. And I want to help you by showing you this strategy. Now, whatever you do, make sure to stay until the end, because I'm going to give you an amazing hack on top of this strategy to just, I'm out of words right now. I'm just going to go ahead and show you. This strategy is known as the X Factor. And this is a strategy that I've tested out, I've back tested, and I know that it is going to just do wonders for you and your trade account and your time. And so I want to show you exactly how this strategy works. So this is the Harmonic Scanner. If you do not have access to the Harmonic Scanner, you need access today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, today. You need access right after you watch this video. It is important. And why? Because of the X Factor strategy and the hack that I'm going to show you. If you don't have access, please send me a message, right? Send me a message on Instagram or text or call me, right? Please do not right here. Sometimes the notifications do not go through, unfortunately. So it will take me a while to get back if you write to me on YouTube. However, please, if you want access right now, send me a message on Instagram, text or call me. All the information will be in the description below, right? Let me know that you want access to the X Factor. You want access to the Harmonic Scanner. You are ready. You are ready to take your accounts to a new tax bracket. And I want to help you do that, right? I want to help you do that. And that is why you are here. That is why I am here today. So we're going to get into it. Once you open this Harmonic Scanner, for those of you who do not know what the Harmonic Scanner is, I do have another video explaining that to you, right? And so just to give you a quick brief overview, right, what this does, it scans the market and gives you a trade setup idea, to keep it simple. As you can see here on the right-hand side, we have our entry, we have our stop loss, we have our take profit. If you don't know what that is, make sure to watch my Harmonic Scanner video. It's gonna break everything down about the Harmonic Scanner, how to use all the functions that are on this screen. I promise you it's much easier than it looks. Today, we're focusing on the X Factor, okay? We're focusing on Ellie's X Factor. So now what we're gonna do is, I want us to just focus on this two yellow triangles, right? These patterns that are on the screen. So what I'm going to do now is, I want to know how to enter this trade, right? Yes, we do have the entry on the screen, but sometimes this entry isn't the best. Now, the scanner has an amazing accuracy rate. It has about an 85% accuracy rate, which means about 8 out of the 10 trades you take will be winning trades. Now, I want to increase that accuracy rate, and I want to make sure that you're entering the trades at the best time. And I want to make sure that you're able to use this scanner very quickly, very efficiently, so you can maximize your time. You can maximize your day, and you can get into trades with extreme confidence. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we just want to see if D and X relation to each other, right? We want to know the relation between X and D. So what I want us to do is we're going to go here and take a horizontal line, right? So if it's not already selected, right, this second thing, we have different tools here. We're going to click on horizontal line. It's going to be this light blue. I want you to make it black so we can see it better on the screen, and I want you to make it thicker. So what I want us to do is to click on X, right? Click on X. Cool. Is X higher than D? We're looking for a buy. Rewind. We're looking for a buy. How do I know we're looking for a buy? For those of you who are not aware, entry is at the bottom, TP, which stands for take profit. That's where we want the market to go. Once again, my other video will go in depth about that. Entry is at the bottom, take profit is at the top. We want to go up, right? So we're looking for a buy. So because we're looking for the buy, we want X to appear higher than D. We want X to appear higher than D, right? So this is our focus. This is our focus, right? The relation between X and D, and we want X to be higher, which is why we draw the horizontal line to help us see that. Is X higher than D? Yes, it is by a little. If you're not sure, I want you to take the horizontal line. I want you to change the color to something different, and I want you to put a line on D, right? This pinkish color line, horizontal line that we put on D is actually lower than the black line, right? So that is letting us know that D is in fact lower than X. This is perfect because we want X to be a little bit higher when we're looking for the buy, right? When we're looking for the buy. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna erase this pinkish line because we don't want too much to distract us. And we're gonna just see that we understand that X is higher. And so it's now the black line is where X is, and it's highlighted here on the right-hand side. So we see that 1.52096 is where X is. That is our entry. That is our entry, right? So now we're gonna enter the trade at this point. Right? We're not going to enter at this green line here where it says entry. We're not going to enter up at that other second green line, right? It gave us two different entries. They're still great. Don't get me wrong. They're still great entries. But we're just going to take X's entry. So from X to take profit 1, that was the easy 58 pips. All you had to do was find the X factor, put a horizontal line, take that to take profit 1, 58 pips. So now our stop loss is in the event that we're losing a trade, right? Our stop loss was 43 pips and the market never pulled back. So if you entered a trade where each move was worth $1, you would have been risking $43 saying, you know what? If this trade doesn't go my way, the most I'm willing to lose is $43, right? Based off of this setup. Now, if the trade goes my way, between entry to my first take profit, where I will be closed out the trade, where I will collect my funds, I will collect a whole $58. As soon as you entered the trade from X, it went your way and you made an easy $58. Now the market has come down. Yes, the market does that, right? Once you have access to this harmonic scanner, you'll learn more about that. Once you have access to myself, I will teach you and help you more about that. However, right, in the meantime, the market is going to go to take profit 2 at some point. That's 99 pips. $1 a move, that's $99. The market will eventually go to take profit 3 at some point, right? And if and when it does, that's $168 you would have made. $1 a move, 168 pips you would have caught. All you had to do was find the X factor. So imagine just opening this up, taking about 2 minutes to find the X and just plug in the numbers, right? Yes, you can use these entries here, but sometimes what happens is the market goes against us, like you see it pulling back. It pulls back and it hits our stop. And before we can even make money, we're out the trade. So I want you to use the X factor strategy to help you know and understand when is the best time to enter the trade, right? When is the best time for you to enter the trade? And this is what's going to help you enter the trade at the best time so you can increase your accuracy, so that instead of 8 out of 10 trades you take, that's still really good, right? It will still be 8 out of 10, but now that you're coming in with a specific strategy, right, that is showing you that the market is ready to push that way, instead of 8 out of 10, maybe you're actually going 9 out of 10. Maybe some days you're lucky and you're hitting 10 out of 10. So everything is not always going to be 100%, and that's okay. But the more accuracy you have when it comes to entering the markets and knowing where to exit at the same time, right, that is going to increase your accuracy rate. It's going to increase your chances of making money. So let's go along, right? I'm going to click through so we can see some other setups, right? We see X is here, D is there, right? Is X higher than D? We can automatically see that it's not, right? D is up here. I'm going to change this to black. X is down here. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. D is up there. So we can automatically see the pink is higher than the black, right? And we're looking for a buy. Entries at the bottom, take profit is at the top. This doesn't work for our X factor strategy. Now for the harmonic scanner strategy on its own, right? If you're taking the entries the harmonic scanner gives you, this was perfect. It went its way, but that's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on the X factor, right? Because sometimes the market will come down before it goes up, no problem. But for the X factor strategy, this does not work for us. And so we're just going to keep moving along. Right, I'm going to just erase this as well. We're just going to keep looking. We're going to move along and we're going to look at other strategies. Is X higher than D, right? We see buys again. It's not. We're going to keep going on to the next one. Is X higher than D? It's not. We're going to go to the next one, right? So we're just going to click through the different time frames. We're going to click through just different pairs, and we're going to look for some of the best setups. So I haven't gone through all of this just yet, right? I want to do this with you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So here we have a different setup, right? We have entry at the top, take profit at the bottom. So what we're looking for is X this time to be lower than D, right? In order for the X factor strategy to work here, we want X to appear lower than D. So right now, D is here, X is up here. We can clearly see that X is in fact higher. So this is not what we're looking for, right? This is not what we want. There we go. We want X to be lower than D, right? We want it to be something like this, but it's not, right? You can move it around, but it's gonna change the setup. But I just want you to see, right? We want X to be lower than D, not higher. So we're gonna continue looking for a new setup. X is higher, this doesn't work for our sell, right? It's okay. Certain strategies, right, work for certain reasons. This is something very simple. Anyone can do this. Anyone can learn this, no matter how old or young you are, no matter what educational background you are, no matter if this is your first day trading or if it's your 1000th day trading, right? Finding the X in the right position is not hard. Copying the number that's on the screen is not hard, right? So this looks like X might be lower. So let's see. Let us see. We're going to take a horizontal line. We're going to put it on X, right? We're going to take the horizontal line. We're going to put it on X, right? X is actually pretty equal to D, which is kind of cool, but we want X to be lower, right? We want it to be lower, so we're just going to continue, right? Let's see. Okay, looks like we found one. X is actually lower than D here, right? Let's confirm, right? I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can see a little bit better. So we're going to take a horizontal line again. We're going to put it on X. X is lower than D, right? If you still really couldn't tell, we're going to put that other line on D. I want you to be able to see this clear as day, right? Clear as day. So awesome. X is lower than D. Awesome, right? What we're going to do now is X is now our entry. We're going to enter this pair GBP CAD, right? Our entry is going to be 1.76574. Let's see what happens when we enter this trade. The market came down and hit take profit 1. 13 pips automatically, right? It came down a little bit more. It pulled back, right? Our pullback was only 1 pip. 1 pip. Then it came and hit take profit 2, 30 pips. It came and it missed take profit 3, but it did come down 54 pips total before pulling back up. So off of this entry, you barely have any drawback, right? But you would have hit take profit 1 immediately. And that's the amazing thing about the scanner, right? The accuracy rate goes in order of take profit. Take profit 1 is more likely to get hit, and then take profit 2 is a little less, and take profit 3 is a little bit more less than take profit 2. So clearly the first take profit is what you really want to go towards, right? That's really your goal. Take profit 1 or 2 is more likely to get hit than take profit 3, right? That's just probability. It's just, it's just how things work. So keep that in mind when you are entering these trades, right? As you can see, this didn't exactly fully hit it. It came close, but it actually might come down, and reach it very, very soon. So let's continue, right? So far, everything that I showed you has checked out and is right. Here we found another strategy, right? Another setup. We are going to put a horizontal on X, right? X is in fact lower than D. We can see that clear as day. If you need to, have a better visual, we're going to put a line right on D, right? Cool. X, the black line, is lower than D, which is that pink line. So X is our entry, 129.336. Our pair is Euro JPY, also shown here, right? We're going to take this entry, which is our black line, to take profit 1. 40 pips, easy. When the market continues to go down, take profit 2, 69 pips. Take profit 3, 118 pips. All from finding the X factor. Let's continue. Right, let us continue. Is X lower than D? We're looking at a sell. It is not, right? It is not. And so that was the case here. We're looking for a sell. Entry at the top, take profit at the bottom. We want X to be lower. Let's continue and see. Okay, this is a buy setup, right? Entry at the bottom, take profits at the top. We want X to be higher than D, right? So in a sense, think about this. You want X to be first. You want D to appear first, and you want X to appear second, right? Just think about it like that. D, then X. When it's the other way, it's D at the top, then X at the bottom, right? So X is closer to our take profit. That's another way to see it. Is X closer than D to our take profit? Just different ways for you to kind of remember. So from our entry, right? From our entry, which would have been right here, to take profit 1, 57 pips. The market never really even came the other side of this line. Straight pips, straight profit, 57 pips. $1 a move, 57. $10 a move. Do the math, guys. This is a no-brainer. Take profit 2 is 100 pips. It still has not reached. So if you see this video and you still have time to get in this trade, go ahead and make some money off this X factor. Take profit 3, 165 pips, right? So this is perfect. This is perfect. Is X higher than D, right? We want D to appear, then X to appear in order, but we have X appearing first. No, this setup is not good for the buy. You just keep going. You keep looking, right? You keep looking. So honestly, this is very, very simple. Anyone can do this, right? You don't need to have much experience or knowledge. This looks great, right? Put a line on X. Yes, X and D do look about the same level, but when we put that horizontal line on D, X is the black line, remember guys. X is in fact lower than D. This is our entry, straight profit, right? Straight profit. So some time frames you might get 41 pips, perfect. Take profit 2 is going to be 71 pips. Take profit 3 is 119 pips. If you're someone who's only looking to catch 200 pips a week, this one trade is going to do it for you. And if you're doing $1 a move, I've spoken to a lot of individuals, and when I ask them, how much are you looking to make a week? Some people just want a little bit extra, and some people's goal is between 200 and 300 pips. Imagine taking this trade for 200 pips, $1 a move. You made your goal for the week. Off of one setup, all you had to do was find the X factor and you have no drawback. You're always going to be, oh, you're almost, right? Nothing's 100%. You're almost always going to be straight into profit, right? So this is great. It's foolproof. It's right. Everyone doesn't have the ability to sit there and learn how to mark up charts and, the time, the energy. It requires a lot. Yes, it does. Is it worth it? 100% it is. But this makes it very, very easy for you to get in and out of the market, to be able to secure some funds and to be able to go about your life and do whatever it is you wish or want to do. So utilize this to your advantage, right? Use this strategy, make some money, show someone else, right? Use the scanner, learn how to trade, right? Of course, if you want to learn, go ahead and do that. But as you're learning, make money, and make money by using this X factor this X factor strategy on this scanner. So before I finish, right, I want to show you my little hack, right? I want to show you a little hack to help make this more efficiently. So what I have learned from using this strategy and back testing it is that what happens sometimes is we have setups, as you can see, where the X is higher than the D. And then you have some where you see that the X is lower than the D when it comes to the buy, right? Like, this is a setup we don't want. So here's a little hack and a little backstory and information to help you understand what's going on. So this yellow pattern here, right, is known as a harmonic pattern. So the harmonic pattern is based off of measurements, right? I just want to keep it very simple, based off of measurements. So as you can see, next to each pair, there's a name, right? There's a word behind the pair. So the pair is two currencies put together make a pair. So here we have Euro NZD, which stands for the Euro and the New Zealand dollar. Next to it, it reads Gartley. So it's letting us know the pattern we are currently looking at. So this pattern here is the Gartley pattern based off of the measurement of the moves. All right, I hope you're following along, based off the measurement of the moves. So a Gartley pattern has to have certain characteristics. For example, what makes a table a table, right? What makes a table a table? A table has, a surface and it has legs. Can a table have one leg? Yes. Can a table have 3 legs? Yes. Can a table have 4 legs? Yes, right? A table can have as many legs, but what makes a table a table? A table has to have a surface. If you just have 4 legs and you have no surface, that's not a table. Those are just legs. Those are just columns or whatever you want to call it, but that's not a table. Now, can I make a table without having a solid surface? Yes, right? I can create a tabletop with pretty much anything, and it's still the concept of a table, but there's requirements for it. You need something to hold it up, and you need a surface. And now you technically have a table or a makeshift table, right? So what makes a soda flat? It doesn't have gas. If soda has gas, is it a flat soda? No. In order for your soda to be flat, it has to have no gas, right? These are requirements for soda to be considered flat. So that's the same thing here when it comes to the harmonic patterns. When it comes to a Gartley pattern, it has to have certain requirements and certain measurements to make it a Gartley pattern. And I want to show you that, right? I'm going to show you that a little bit more, right, with this example here. Okay, cool. Ooh, everything's popping up. All right, cool. So these are some harmonic patterns. You can go ahead and Google harmonic patterns and they'll show up, right? So here is Gartley. As you can see, right, a Gartley, the X is always lower than the D when it comes to a buy, but that doesn't work for our X factor strategy. When it comes to the sell, right, the X is always higher than the D, and that doesn't work for our X factor strategy. So now you know that anytime you see it reads Gartley, chances are it's not going to be the setup that we want. So let's look at a few, right? We see here USD JPY Gartley pattern, right? Does that match up? Is X lower than D? Yup, X is way lower. So what does that let us know? This doesn't match because when we're doing the X factor strategy, we need D to be down here. We need X to be higher, right? We need X to be closer to our take profit, and X is further than D to our take profit. So when we see it reads Gartley, we can go ahead and skip it. We can go ahead and skip it because the Gartley pattern, right, is always going to have an extension that looks something like this, that does not match our X factor strategy. Now let's go to the left, right? This is a bat pattern. So the bat pattern, we see that it looks very similar to the extensions of how the Gartley looks. So we're not really going to look at bat patterns here either. What we're really looking for, this is a crab and this is a butterfly pattern. As you can see, the butterfly pattern right over here on the right hand side, X is higher than D when it comes to the buy. This matches our X factor strategy. The X is lower than the D for the sell, and that matches our X factor strategy. Same thing with the crab. So what happens is when we see it read crab or it reads butterfly, those are strategies, those setups, right? Those harmonic setups match the X factor. And therefore, we know that those are the ones we're going to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that, right? Let's see. We said Gartley was not one, so we're going to prove that Gartley isn't again. Voila, this doesn't match. This does not match. So we're going to go over and we're going to find a butterfly, or we're going to find a crab pattern real quick. Okay, so there was none that we saw right now for this strategy. So we're going to go to a different broker, right? So this drop down is for different brokers, and different brokers show either similar pairs. The numbers may be different by a little, but you can use them all no matter what broker you use. So we're going to click on butterfly. We see butterfly here. I've not looked at it. Awesome. What happens with the butterfly? We're going to see if X is higher than D because we're looking for a buy. D is down here. We're going to change the color for X, right? We always want it to stay black. You can pick whatever colors work for you, whatever visually looks better for you. And X is our entry. What happened when we entered the trade right here at X? It went straight to take profit 3. It gave us a full 240 pips. If you are an individual whose account size can do $1 a move and all you're looking to make is about $200 to $300 on your trade, right? A lot of people I speak to on average, that's what they say. If you're looking to make more, no problem. We can do a game plan for that, right? I can help you figure that exactly how you can do that. But look, $240, $243 to be exact. Amazing. All you had to do was find the X factor. Was find the X and make sure X is positioned how it needs to be, right? That is positioned closer to our take profit than D. And then we use X as our entry to go to take profit, to the first take profit. So as you can see, right, take profit 1 is right here, which was 15 pips. Could you have taken the trade to take profit 1 for 15 pips? Yes. However, remember that your stop loss is here and you're actually ending up risking 146 pips. That's a lot of risk for a small reward. Take profit 2 is 102 pips, right? That's not too bad. And like we said, take profit 3 was a whopping 240 and up, right? 240 and a little bit higher. So this is perfect. So we know when we see a butterfly, right? We know that this might be good. So we see deep crab. Right? We see a crab pattern. So let's click it. Is it going to match our X factor setup? And look at that, it does. Now look what happened here. I think this is a great example. I like for you to be able to see what happens in the market. Sometimes it doesn't go as planned. But look what happened. If you would have used the Harmonic Scanner's original entry right here, you would have gotten activated into the market and it would have hit your stop loss. It would have hit your stop loss. Right? This red line here is just showing you where the market currently is. The market went away from where we want the market to go. We want the market to go down. The market went up. If you use the Harmonic Scanner's original entry, you would have lost the trade. You would have lost the trade, which is okay, right? Nothing is going to be 100%. No strategy is going to be 100%. But the goal is to win more than we lose. the X factor is going to help you win more than you lose, because it's going to make sure you're entering the market at an opportune moment. Right? And here, what we're looking for is good opportunity. We're looking for efficiency, and we just want to secure money, right? We want to secure the bag, and this is the way to do that. So from X, right? X, our entry, right? Next take profit is showing take profit 2, which is only 5 pips. I wouldn't recommend that, right? I would just say, let's go to take profit 3. Take profit 3 is going to be 42 pips. 42 pips from your X. That is great. And so what happened now is you would just be waiting for this trade to activate. You will plug this trade in and you would wait for the market to finally come down and make its move. But as you have seen from all the examples I've showed you, once it reaches that X and activates, it's going to go to that next first take profit. And technically this would be the first take profit. And so I feel very great about telling you to take this trade. Feel very good about that. So that concludes, right, what happened. So let's look at shark, right? Let's look at shark, because I did not show you some shark patterns, but shark sometimes will fit the requirements. The shark patterns will sometimes fit the requirements, as you have seen from some of the examples I gave you. So shark is one of those wild cards, and sometimes it will change. Sometimes it will change. So you have to be aware, but it is okay. Remember, nothing is 100%. But understand, if you're looking at a butterfly or a crab pattern, that is the right setup for our X factor. If you're looking at the other patterns like Gartley or Cipher, right, those are not really the ones you're going to be taking. And then shark, sometimes the shark patterns will match up with what we need, sometimes they don't. So that is 100% up to you if you want to take those trades, or if you want to take the setups that actually do have the X factor. If I see the X factor setup, I'm going to take the trade. That's my personal preference. However, for you, maybe you feel more comfortable taking the trades that have only the butterfly and crab written there, and that's totally fine. So let's look at this. We're going to put a horizontal on X, right? X is up, D is down. We're looking for a buy. This setup is perfect. So now what would have happened if you took the original entry of the market? You would have got activated. It would have hit take profit 1. You would have closed out in 15 pips. No problem. And then it would have fell down. If you did not move your stop loss, if you did not take your take profit, it would hit your stop loss, right? But now what happens if you would have used the X factor and you would have entered where X factor strategy told us, right? The market is right here. It did pull down a little bit, right? However, it went straight up after that. It went straight up. Now you see, like, it did pull down, so hopefully you wouldn't have gotten knocked out the trade. However, this over here was just perfect and beautiful. This setup over here was just perfect and beautiful, right? And this is where you really should have been entering the trade. We should have been setting up a buy stop. We're always setting up buy stop and sell stop, right? So once we set up that buy stop, we should have been entered at the trade at this precise moment. And we should have went up, and it should eventually have hit our take profit 3, which was 98 pips, right? So this is shark pattern. So let's go look at some other shark patterns so you can see how sometimes it does not match up, right? So we have here that X is in fact lower than D. This is a setup that has not been completed yet, right? And so this setup is still good. So awesome. X is over here. D is above it. Perfect. We're looking for a sell. This is our entry. And these are our take profits, right? I am actually in this trade right now, right? I am in this trade right now. So let's continue. Oh, the shark, sorry. So this is another shark pattern, right? So let's put a horizontal on this X. X and D are actually parallel, right? They're pretty much at the same point. So this I would not consider as an X factor setup strategy because they're pretty much even. So let's go to the next one. Let's look at this here. X is lower than D. Look at that entry. Straight into take profit 1. Like, come on. I want you to type in the comments below if this is a strategy you would be happy to use. If you're ready to use this strategy, if you're ready to make money using the X factor. X is in fact higher. This is the shark pattern, right? So it does show us here that the shark pattern has worked out. I do want you to see somewhere the shark isn't exactly, where we want it to, but right now, the setup is telling us to take all the sharks, right? So we did see the one where it was even, and it was this same exact setup as well, right? GBP AUD. So some time frames, as you can see, have the same setups and some have different. So look, this one was good. This shows to be good. Ooh, the market is just on our side today with this setup, because these X factor setups are okay. So look, this is gold, right? Gold in US dollar. And so we have a shark pattern, and we see that X is actually higher than D, right? So we wouldn't have used the X factor strategy on this setup, which is fine, right? We saw all those other setups that we could have taken. And for a lot of us, we don't even need to take all of it, right? Technically, you shouldn't even be trading all those pairs at the same time, all those setups at the same time. So it's like you had enough setups to make money today so far, right? Today so far. And so I want you to utilize the strategy. Keep me updated. Let me know how it's working for you. How do you like it? How is it working? How easy is it for you to show someone else this? How easy is it for you to use this every day? How much time is it really saving you, right? For you to come in and say, let's go to a whole new broker, right? Let's go to Hot Forex. I'm going to go to the 1 hour. And I'm like, oh, I want to find a setup. Okay, shark, let's see if it has our setup. Yep, X is lower than D. I'm taking that trade. That's one trade, right? So let's mark that really quick. Let's see. It is 223 for me right now. So let's see, right? We're come down. Cool. Take profit one is 39 pips, 72 pips, 132. Awesome. I'm going to take that trade. That's one trade I found. Shark pattern. Okay, cool. X looks pretty even. Going to continue. Shark pattern. Okay, cool. X is a little bit lower, right? It already kind of left. I can decide I'm going to continue, right? X is right here. I can decide I'm going to take this trade. It is good, right? We look at the cipher ones. You don't have to. You don't have to look at cipher, but look, let's look at cipher. X is lower than D. We wouldn't take that trade. X is lower than D for the buy. We would not take that trade. Let's look at the Gartley that we skipped. X is higher than D for the sell. That does not work. X is higher than D. That does not work. So far we found one trade. I could take that one trade 3 times. I could take that one trade twice. I can go heavy on that one trade because I feel extremely confident in my X factor strategy. So all I really need is one good trade. So look, we come here. We said Gartley wasn't one of them. Cipher wasn't one of them. I'm not even going to bother to look. I'm going to come back to my 15-minute. I said the shark is good sometimes, right? So we can decide to look through the shark patterns, right? All that I just did is 224. It took me 1 full minute to look, to show you a trade that was good, some that were, moved, but I can still get into, and ones that I was not going to take because I already knew based off of the pattern, I wouldn't take it. So look, X is lower on this cipher, right? You're not taking that. X is perfect, right? So this is kind of similar setups to what we've seen already, but I just want you to be able to come in here and look, right? So let's look for some butterflies. We want to find 3 strategies in under a minute. It's still 224. We're going to count this as part. Okay, it just turned 225. We're going to count this as part of our stuff, but I'm going to look at different brokers just so you can see what happened, right? So mainly we're looking for butterfly and crab. We want some guarantee setups, right? We want some guarantee setups. So we're just making it super quick. We're just going through and we're looking for some good. Okay, cool. We found a crab. We found a crab setup, right? So this setup is all the way down here. Okay, so that one is not really good because it's not showing clear right now. So let's say, ooh, look at this. Look at this. This AUD JPY, right? X is below. This is perfect. The market actually went against us. So let's see what happened here. Let's see what happened here. So this is an example, right? Out of all the ones I've showed you, this is one of the few that actually did not work in our favor, but it's okay. I just showed you so many pairs. Remember, nothing is 100%. Nothing is 100%. So this is one of the pairs we unfortunately would have lost. But it is okay because I showed you all the other setups that we would have gotten. So let's go to, but that setup is still good because the market did not make its move. It's still a good setup. So look at this. We found another one where the butterfly, it says butterfly pattern and it's doing its thing. It went to take profit 2. That's all you're going. That's 105 pips. Goes to take profit 3, right? 247 and this is completed. It hit take profit 3. So that's perfect, right? It's 226. So me explaining the other thing took time, but look at that. All we really needed is one strategy. Look, butterfly. Setup is good. Straight to take profit 1. It's already hit take profit 2. So if you took this trade from X, you already secured 22 pips and you're going for a full 52. Deep crab. Look at this setup. Like, I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. 46 pips and it's about to go and hit this take profit. I cannot make this up for you. So I want you to utilize this strategy. Let me know how it's going, right? If you already have access to the scanner and you're deciding to use this strategy after watching this video, please tag me on Instagram. I want to see your profits. I want to see, how the strategy has helped you, how it's changed your trading skills, your trading profits. And for those of you who don't have access, make sure to Instagram message me, right? DM me on Instagram, call or text the number below to get access. And I hope this helped, guys. Enjoy. Have a great week. I hope this week is profitable. It's only Wednesday, right? It is March 3rd. If you're watching this video as soon as I dropped it, a lot of these strategies are still good. Go ahead and go make some money, right? And let me know how it worked out for you. Thank you all. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in my next video.